Welcome back, everybody. I'm waiting on Katie. I think she's in a conversation. Good evening, Seeker Cliff. I haven't forgot about you, and I've just been kind of busy with getting all these thermals and the night vision and everything up. But I will get that book to you. Well, it's tomorrow. I may be going to the Bigfoot Festival, but I will at least pull it out and get it set up and ready to go. Katie, all right, Katie, I'm glad you're here. Let me go over the announcements and then I will add you. And if you haven't got that link, let me know and I will send you another one. But I think you should have it in your email. So the announcements today is September the 30th, 21st. The announcements are uh, also, I have two Facebook group pages. One is the Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch, in parentheses, antlers and surrounding areas. The next is Choctaw Missing and Murdered Woman, WOMBMAN, and Son Center and Database. Those are two group pages that I do share these links and these streams to also if you're ever on Facebook, if you miss it on YouTube, which you can always go back to YouTube, but it will also be on Facebook that you can share directly from there also. Katie says, "Okay, I got a plug in here because my phone is dying." Okay, okay, that's great. I'll get through with these and then we'll get you on here, Katie. And Faith Walker, if you're back in the room, there's Seeker. We're gonna. Oh, let me get through this real fast. Okay, so also Native Chalk Talk, which is the T-shirt right there. That is the Native Chalk Talk. We're waiting for the schedule for the airtime that will be that is scheduled for Halloween night. I'm speaking about Bigfoot on Native Chalk Talk. That is Halloween night. We're just waiting on the airing time, and we'll share that just as soon as we get that. Get that. Also, I may be able to. I may be able to go and get my trail cam that I left in a place that, um, if it's still there, it should have some very good photos of activity in that area. And we're getting a group to go in for that, but I want a group that's well prepared for this because last time we went in there, there was it was a whole trap area. So we just want to be real cautious and careful. We're always better when we're over prepared. Remember that, Katie? Over prepared is the best because you never know what you need. So that I think that may also be filmed as in a Bigfoot show or a film. It's something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but I will know, and then I will also let people know here on this channel also. SMA, if SMA gets back, I haven't heard from her in a couple days, but those funds were returned to you on your um, e-transfer because I couldn't get that linked up and some of these other systems, but my PayPal, I know how to use that one and I don't have problems with that. But so those funds, um, and I believe that was to help with the live streams, if I'm not mistaken. But that has been sent back to you in your email, so please check that SMA. Also, healing sessions. We're going to be doing, or I'm going to be doing a healing session every 9 days before the 10th day of deletion, because every 10th day, those streams or these streams get deleted, from that 10th day on. So every ninth day, I'm going to do a healing presentation. And if I can, I'm going to get people to voluntarily kind of give you their testimony or, things that have changed in their bodies and everything, or, the things that they felt. And I actually have a friend who I talked to today, which whenever Katie is ready, and if we get this done tonight, Katie, then tomorrow, Katie, I want to do the healing presentation And if you could get your family or the people who are in the homeopathology or homeopathic remedies, that we will be going over that tomorrow if you're able to get us through tonight. So I will be doing that healing presentation tomorrow if we, everything works out for tonight. But I do want to do that every for 3 weeks at least, and hopefully everybody will share this or uh, copy the information down or download it or something so that you have it and you can pass it along. Tanya's here, Kathy's here. How are y'all doing? And Katie is getting her phone charged, but we'll be hearing from her in just a little bit. Um, Katie's going to share the experiences, and we're going to ask her. We're going to ask her a couple questions, and we will be taking some questions from the comment section. And if Faith Walker arrives here, which I'm hoping or was hoping that she would already be here, but she may um, have a late start, which that's okay too, because we're going through just the announcements right now. Also, I also will have a guest whenever we do the healing presentation. So if that's tomorrow night, if I'm just sideways here, let me get is that better? Okay. Okay, we got somebody. Hey, all right, there's Faith Walker. That's great. Um, so we're gonna be okay. Let me go ahead and get through this. Uh, so during that healing session tomorrow night, if we get through with this with Katie tonight, and I sure hope we do because you got to hear Katie. She's a great person. Also, that I will have a guest tomorrow who's going to be sharing. They're going to be sharing their story after using this healing system, and they're one of like the latest, I guess you would say, because everyone has this story after using this healing presentation and or this healing system. And like, I mean, they may even tell you that. I always like to say, well, what did the doctor say, after that 3 month checkup? And then they'll tell me the results. And I always say, well, I already knew, what the doctor said. I just like hearing it. So I want everyone here also to hear that testimony or that of what they did and how we, got to do all this, so that you know that this healing system works. And I don't want anybody to be sick, diabetes or things like that, or cancers. That you can cure this naturally, and we're just getting your body correct. Um, Seeker says, "What's the healing system? Is that the COVID booklet?" It's a healing system that it's not a COVID booklet, but the healing system will attack the virus. It will engulf it. It will destroy it. But it's not a COVID book, but it can be used to cure any sickness. Also, let me get you to my email, and that way I can send you a healing booklet. Oh, Seeker, send me just a message to your email. I'll send you a healing booklet so that tomorrow, when we have the healing session, that you will have that booklet right with you. And I would recommend that anyone who doesn't have a healing booklet, please send me an email to that email. I will send you a healing booklet so that tomorrow you have it when we go over it. And I mean, you'll go right along with us with that. Hey, all right, there's Faith Walker. I kind of seen her in there, but I was trying to get through with this real fast. I'm so glad you're here. Katie's here. She's charging her phone. So I did have a few things that I was going to talk about tonight. Only we're getting to hear Katie, and that's the things I was going to talk about tonight. Was I was going to put that back to talk about another night, but I didn't know if Katie would be here with us tonight. So Katie is with us, and so we're gonna listen to her story. listen to her experience, and we're going to be asking questions. And Faith Walker, if it's not too much to ask, if you could monitor, the questions for Katie and things like that. But let's let Katie tell us, until she wants us to ask a question. Let's just listen to her story and, but kind of get a list of questions. I know it's a lot to ask in a short period, but I know you're really good at that. So I'm putting all my stuff to the side for the day after because we're doing a healing tomorrow. Let me get these chat things off here so we got plenty of room. Uh, and well, this banner will be for tomorrow. And here we have Faith Walker. How you
Hi.
doing tonight? How you doing tonight?
Good. How are y'all?
I'm doing great. I'm looking for Katie. She was supposed to
She's
maybe still charging her phone.
maybe so, but she's in there.
Okay. And I sent her a link, so I'm just kind of waiting on that link. So in the meantime, maybe a lot of people didn't see this yesterday, but has there been any new oddities or
No, we walked out there today and didn't see anything new. I took my youngest grandson. I was trying to show him how to um, do some. We didn't go very deep, but I just wanted to show him a little bit what we were looking for. Man, he just took to it. He was pointing out
uh,
boxes and any
wow.
in the grass. He's
Wow.
pretty sharp.
That's awesome that you're able to share that, you know. Oh, that's awesome just to hear.
I had him bring his magnifying glass.
Oh, good, because you can see, ridges or how deep the soil goes in, and
Yeah.
if there's claw marks. Oh, that's awesome. I like that. Um, well, I guess I can talk about a few things also because it does pertain to what we're talking about. But I was having like warrior mind kind of training and things like that tonight. And just until Katie gets here, but this will also go with what we were doing when we're out in the field. So, like here, I was talking about how we can use the disturbances, the sound, the vibration, the frequencies to our advantage, and that's just like what we was talking about when you go out. Now you're looking for disturbances, oddities, um, and all these things are how we train the warriors, and that's why I said everybody here is in warrior training. I think that might have been you that I was talking to maybe a month ago. That this is warrior training
Right.
because
Right.
yeah, and I think we were talking about how other channels may have 50,000 people, but this group right here, they'll be the most experienced. They'll understand, or they'll. And also with I went to one of the Bigfoot channels. I didn't stay long. I probably maybe about 5 minutes, and but I was looking at their comment section, and they were talking about taco recipes, and they had. I don't even think they was listening to the broadcast or the people,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh man, nobody's learning because they're all talking about the taco recipe and things like that. But like whenever and here's another thing that we know that warriors know that even when you go out into your area where it's occupied, you have to walk a certain way, listen a certain way, but a warrior knows that this may be that last battle, and you have to prepare the mentality like that when you're out in the field. It's what we say, prepare for the worst. You know what I mean? You have to say if something comes down, this is I'm doing this and doing this and doing this, but
And
with
that actually
nothing.
allows you to relax a little bit.
Yes, it
You know,
does.
you got a plan.
Yep. Yeah, and that's it. I mean, we got to know almost every step before we take that step. And uh, like you remember when we first got there, you gave me that map, and that next morning, first thing we did was pull that map out. We started going over it, and
Right.
you was and I like the details of what you was telling us and where things were, where the river went, and that was good intel. That's what you need before any time you go into another place, even if you went to like you were talking about Sam Houston something or
National Forest.
that. I mean, get a location. You don't know where everything's at before you really you know do your scouting. You know what I mean? If you're with the other group, and make sure that y'all do those scoutings before. I mean, if you're wanting to draw them in, that I mean, just make noise, build a campfire.
Right. Right. Or just
They
have the
would.
men leave the campfire because that's when they come in. That's how strategic they are.
Yep. I'm so glad you know all this.
Well,
It's some.
because that happened one time when it was mostly men that left, and it was mostly women that stayed. And as soon as the men left, the women were radioing to them that they were starting to get messed with at the camp. So they're
Oh yeah. Were they being used as
encouraged
bait?
with them. It's on a card table today. The grandsons are out there in the living room.
Uh-oh, are they shaking the house?
No, 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 no. This computer, I just keep hitting the computer. It's on a little card table. I keep hitting it with my knee.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, what were you going to say?
Oh, I'm just glad you're there. Teaching those young ones to look for certain things, and not many kids get that teaching.
Yeah, they eat it up at this age. They love it.
Good, good. And and like we were saying, these, whenever we have talks like this, these are warrior talks. We talk about strategies, oddities, what to look for, what we heard or what we seen, and I was kind of that whenever we're also, we're talking and we're preparing, it's uh like whenever we first got to site zero, we pulled out the gear, checked our batteries, um, did a observation, did what we call like a perimeter check, went around to check for the best places to hide and things like that. So those are um, all the things that we do to prepare. Every time we go there, we want to know what's in the immediate area because then we could tell how close they come in or where they come in or things like that. So I'm glad you had that place kind of surveyed, I guess you would say. And I don't see Katie yet, but the next thing I was going to talk about is to know that a predator is a predator. This will ensure that there are no mistakes calculated in a decision that has to do with the cost of life. And oh, let me send you one more real fast. Katie just said that a link is. Let me try one more.
Yeah, that happened to me too. Gave her like a 404 error, but I got in and out a couple times and then it worked.
Okay. Okay, Katie, I just sent you another one. We just sent you another one, Katie. And so we're waiting on you. I'm just going over a few things that I would have talked about real fast and how it relates to the things whenever we were out in the field, um even just the way we were walking, we weren't tromping through the, just tromping through there, we'd move from tree or brush or we were calculating our steps. We were um stopping and listening for sounds. Um, somebody says bear spray okay. Um, if they're coming, they're coming. I guess you would say. Katie said something's ringing. Um, I don't know. Katie, it's in the email. It should be in the email. I'm not on the Facebook. Mm. And also that when we're in the field, we stay. Okay, oh, it's Buffer and Cliff. Katie, well, I don't know. Are you on Facebook? She's like yelling, "Pick it up, pick it up!" But I'm going, pick what up? Katie, I think you think I'm on Facebook. Um, hey, there's Angel. But Katie, this is an email from Outlook, I believe, or Gmail. Maybe was that Gmail, Faith Walker?
Let me go back and look real quick. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So
Okay.
Katie, check your Gmail.
This was sent out through your the Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I never knew how that went out.
So would might that make any kind of difference?
That's the one that she would be looking for, as far as Katie.
It still says Jerry Williams.
Okay, good. Oh, good. Seeker says that we're real good with clear audio.
That's a relief.
Yeah, that's a bonus.
Katie says ringing again. What the heck?
Uh, Katie, I sent that in an email. Um,
She got in last night.
yeah. She said, Jerry, I keep opening it in Messenger and it holds the page up and it starts ringing. No, 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 Katie, it's not Messenger. Um,
Copy it to a browser.
uh, yeah, let me try that. You are correct. Um, can you still see me? I don't know if you can or not.
We can still see you. Yes.
Okay. I never, because I'm on another page and I can't see y'all, so I didn't know if
It's
I never
you and
knew.
then the footprint in the middle and then me.
Okay, good. I'm trying to send this to Katie, the link through Messenger.
Katie says the link you sent me has a tab to open. I open it and it's ringing for you to pick it up. She says no, it's a message.
Oh,
Maybe send her a different.
okay.
Because I think when I tried to send her a link last night, it wouldn't go through. It was a dead link
Okay.
from it coming from me.
Okay, I'm at the page now.
I think Angel songs are a little techie in the group.
Yeah.
You know a lot. She's all she seems good.
But
She understands half this stuff that I don't.
but she needs to be here.
Right.
Okay, I hear somebody.
They know that's on my
Oh, okay. I thought. uh, okay. So I'm also going to send that to you in an email again. I'm sorry we're having this problem, but
I
you
think.
got to hear Katie. You got to hear Katie.
Yes.
Hey, there's Katie right there. All right. All right. Let
Hello.
me get this other one off here. How you doing, Katie?
I'm fine, but there I
All
am.
right.
Now I can't
Everybody,
see you.
this is Katie. Who? Me?
Uh
Yeah,
oh.
I can't see where Liz now.
Now you.
Uh-oh.
There you are.
There
Yeah,
you
now
are.
see you guys.
So, yeah, I know. So, Katie, I was wanting to know, or I mean, I was wanting to, where'd she go? Katie. Katie. Do you remember saying that on the expedition?
Yes, like 10,000. Katie, where'd she go? Where'd she go, Katie?
Where'd
Sorry.
Katie go?
I've got a pretty good grip on, on technology. You
Tanya
sent me
says hello.
a link to Messenger. You sent me like about 6 links into Messenger. And if I'd click on it, the screen would pop up and it would be ringing, ringing, ringing. But nobody answers because who the heck's phone is ringing?
No, no.
I don't know.
I went to Facebook to try to find you, and then you
Yes.
came on this one, so I came back here. So I was looking for you out there in the
Well,
cyber world.
I was lost in space like the other night.
Mm, yeah, me too. Yeah.
Which is
So
exactly what he wants to talk about.
yeah, which is exactly what we want to talk about.
I know, and I'm kind of squirming about it, but let's do it.
Okay,
Get over with.
but before we get to that part, though, I was kind of wanting to know if you might be able to share a little bit about your thoughts of we all didn't know each other as far as we never met, but we just kind of connected on
Yeah.
and just kind of start from there. Just kind of give us a layout of all the way up to that point. And I'll
Um,
ask some questions too if we
that'd
get
be
in
good.
there.
That'd be good. Just a general start talking. I mean, but what? I've been following lots of pages on YouTube of Sasquatch, and I've been really
Mm.
interested. I'm supposed to go on an expedition. It was supposed to be the Canadian Rocky Mountains, but that got bumped because of the stupid COVID nonsense. So now I'm going to Nia Bay in March with another friend for a week, and I met up here with Liz and Jerry, and instant amazing friendship. I love them both, and we did some cool stuff. We found a couple of footprints and lots of strange looking structural things, and then something weird happened the other night that I'm worried about talking about. So you guys, can you not bail me out here a bit? I don't know what to say.
I just want to tell you, don't have any preconceived notion of what anybody wants to hear. Just
Uh-huh.
give the experience as you had it. And that's what it is. It just is what it is. It's nothing to be uh,
Yeah.
embarrassed or worried what anybody's going to think. Or the more we know, the more people that can just give honest, exactly what they felt,
Mm-hmm.
the more
Okay.
patterns going to emerge.
Okay. Well, you want me to just go right into that night? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, that
Okay.
sounds
Well,
great.
it started. I don't take any kind of drugs. I mean, I have medication for physical stuff, but I don't take drugs. I'm not never on a trip. I don't do weird things. But that night, Liz and I were kind of grooming her dog, and it was okay until my brain started slipping, and I couldn't. Well, Liz, you can help me. You guys both heard me trying to talk to you, and I couldn't get through a sentence without forgetting what the beginning of the sentence was.
Like you were having fun and laughing, but you kept forgetting by the time you get to the end of the sentence what the beginning.
Yeah. That continued, and so the laughing, I couldn't stop because I was laughing at my predicament and not being able to say anything. What else can you do? You know how to laugh all the time, right? But anyways, this thing was happening to me, and the whole mind speak thing. I kind of wasn't really on board with that, but I guess I am now. And I do believe that's what happened because I don't have any other explanation. And I could see things. And do you remember me saying to you, Jerry, I wish you could see what I see? Did
Yeah,
we
yeah,
this? You guys were behind me half the time, so I wasn't sure who was out there. But
yeah.
I could see additional stars, and they were joining together and pointing to things. I'm not sure what, but I saw when we looked out in that piece of backyard before you got to the trees, I could see like three lanes coming towards us, like grass lanes, three of them in a line, in a row. And in the first lane and the third lane, I could see Sasquatch coming towards us. I focused more on the right, the lane that was on my right. I'm not sure why, but I was focused on that one, and I could see the Sasquatch, and I could see him carrying a box over himself, but I could see through the box. So I don't understand. But and then Jerry, when I told him what I saw, he quickly took the the binoculars away because he wanted to see it, and I don't think he could see what I saw. So my mind had been invaded. I don't know what else to say. I'm still trying to shake off some of the after effects of that, and I had trouble driving home because I fell asleep twice behind the wheel.
And you had a headache the next morning.
Yeah, but I woke up in time to not drive off the road or kill somebody.
Right.
So yeah, that's.
I remember you saying about the Sasquatch looking like he was also made up of a bunch of other faces within there. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
I remember saying that.
Mm.
What did I
She
say?
said that the Sasquatch itself looked like it was made up, or it was translucent, but it was made up of other faces too. Like there was other faces within it, and
I don't remember that at all.
yeah.
I just remember seeing him. There's one over here, but I wasn't really looking at him. I just glanced and saw him. But then this one, I don't know if this one was bigger or bolder or what it was. I don't know if the other one had a box on it. This one did. So it was interesting, to say the least.
The two that you saw, did you know that we got the heat register from them, and the thermal and the night vision in that same area?
Yeah. Last night's show, I couldn't stay up last night. I was pretty toasted.
But it was not your imagination because they're registered, on the equipment.
Yeah. Well, that's I hear that, so I'm not just a nut job, right?
Not at all. No, there's not. You were sharp as a tack.
Yeah.
You were sharp enough to know immediately, hey, something's wrong. My mind's not working right. And then Jerry, didn't you say something to her about putting up the walls in her mind, and that helped some?
I was trying to do that, but then I kept forgetting.
Yeah. But you did good.
Yeah.
You did good because you broke it.
Well,
Because you came right back after that. I mean, But
Yeah.
Yeah.
just from that period of time, it was just like something, just like
And it wasn't
you
like
know.
you weren't sick, you were
Mm.
giddy or
I know, hysterical.
Hmm. Yeah, that was okay too, though. I mean, that was
No, I thought you were getting so sick of listening to me, and then I wanted to go lay down, wouldn't let me, so you couldn't let me. I put your
well,
blanket on me, so I've
wanted
never
to
but
felt cold. Huh?
just wanted to keep an eye
out in
on.
the dark.
I know it was
She,
good because I was cold too, but
she
I
said,
wasn't
"Why do you
afraid.
want to put me out in the dark?
Yeah, she actually said that. Yeah. Why do you
Why do you
want me
want
to
to?"
He said to me, do you remember this? Why do you want me to get you? You went back in there to lay down. I was like, come outside so we can keep an eye on you. You know, you can't just
I
don't
do
just lay
remember
back here.
that.
And you
I
said,
do.
why? Why do you want me to recline out there in the dark for you? And I'm like, well, we gotta make it weird. That's not
Maybe
You want to put me out in the dark and
that was supposed to
what?
make sense, you know.
I just want to keep an eye on you, make sure you're okay.
Remember that, but I don't remember saying that to you.
Oh yeah,
I
it
think I
was in
probably
that time. It was in that time, I believe.
hmm wasn't what
Kathy Galbraith says I use lots of drugs. Sorry.
well. They might not Sasquatch if you're already having a crazy head.
Yeah, yeah.
Angel Song says to tell you to take a long Epsom salt bath, and that may help you feel better
I did
quicker.
that tonight. Jerry called me.
Yeah, yeah, she had a bath tonight. I guess
And
she was resting or relaxing.
Seeker says, trust what you know, Katie. Trust your experience.
Exactly.
yeah, I
See
pretty
it?
much is coming to grips with it. But I'm afraid to tell my kids they're not going to let me go anywhere again. They'll think
You're
I'm completely,
processing it.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
you would be the experienced one.
yeah. Well, I am already, but
Yeah,
not very, you know. But they just, most of them are kind of on the border of whether they believe there's such a thing or not. So,
yeah,
you know, I'm trying to tell them for a long time that there is, but
Right.
yeah, yeah.
our kids don't always listen to us, do they? Yeah.
No, they do.
And a lot of people don't, grown ups don't until they actually see one, or see something, or a dog
Yeah.
man or something.
Yeah.
And
I'm not on board with the dog thing either.
yeah, I
You know,
hear you.
But were you
I
on
hear
board
you.
with the Bigfoot thing before you were on board with the Bigfoot thing? You know what I mean? But I remember being there. I remember going, wait, what? Dogman? What? No way. So
right?
then the more I study, I'm like, all right, what else is out there? Yeah.
What
Yeah.
else is out
But
there?
it's all
Yeah,
related, I think.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm sure it
yeah,
is.
yeah. This is a
That's,
good.
huh?
I said this is a good group, and
Yeah.
it's okay that we didn't have a larger group, because even still we would have had to leave people at base camp, to
Hmm.
just take out a certain amount of people to maneuver through things without drawing this big,
Right.
look like a search team.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is good too, but especially just for training. But I thought this was perfect, as far as the right amount of people and the right people, I guess you would say.
It worked out
Um,
well. Everything always works out.
Yeah.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
I'll come out in the wash.
That's
Right.
right.
Oh, speaking of coming out in the wash, I ended up coming home with one of your shirts, Liz.
Did you?
A black short sleeve shirt with a little V on the front.
Uh huh.
I'm sorry, I didn't
That's my standard uniform.
For victory, for victory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than any other. It's okay. I'll get it when I come see you.
Okay, hurry up.
And
Ooh, excuse me.
it's good, just getting there, and we was able to still have a great time, even though we did have our serious times. But and even being at a camp where we could have that normality of acting certain ways, though.
What are you referring?
All of us, about that whole
You're
what
referring to my
happens
rebellion.
happens in the field. No, no, no. I'm just saying, all the because we got to kind of cut up and laugh, at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, but that was kind of like a normality that campers would do,
Right.
and that was also to draw them in so that they were getting closer and closer because that was a normality for them. So,
They want to know what.
when we get to,
Right.
Yeah, they want to join the party.
and yeah, and they were coming to join that party. They were there's so many thermals of them across that pond area by that tree, um, off by this one tree over here, um, another one back here. Um, I, I'm not sure, but there's I want to say that one that was where the cars were down that long slope off to the left. I want to say there was one there, but I can't say for sure, so I'm not going to say for sure. But
Yeah.
we
You mean
got
the cabin
so
between
there's
us and Cherries?
huh?
You mean the cabin that was between us and Cherries?
No, no, no. Where the Falcon was, kind of just off to the right side of the Falcon. Yeah, the one you brought back to
By the other
camp
pond, by the pond they were building
And
that direction.
to
I see
nurse the Falcon back to health. I was like, yes, they're bringing the Falcon back. All right, we're gonna see this Falcon, and we're gonna doctor it. We're gonna get it back to health, and
Oop.
It
and
was
then she put it in the fire.
It wasn't a real bird, everybody.
it always would,
We,
just in case anybody's already hitting the report button.
Yeah, they cooked the Falcon out there.
yeah,
Mm.
wouldn't it taste
No,
very
yeah, we couldn't really decide. It was at a long distance of if this was a bird or if it was a stump or if it was, And finally, Katie and Faith Walker decided it's time to check this out and see what it is, just to make sure.
So we flanked it. Like proper warriors.
Yeah,
That
we're
stuff
going
didn't go
down.
nowhere.
We got our
That
weapons. We're
surrounded.
ready. We're ready. Got the binoculars. We're good. What is it? What is it? I got you covered. What is it?
good from us.
Jerry locked him up.
I'm watching. I'm watching.
We did a job of not laughing when we brought that to Jerry. When we brought that, we kind of separated because I thought if we would have stayed together, we would have burst out laughing. But yeah,
When I seen y'all, I was like, "All right, the hunters return. They have the falcon. I can see it. They're holding it. I
Epic
can
story.
see
That would have been so cool. Dang it.
it." Then she pulls it out. And she goes, "Look, I'm gonna put it in the fire." I'm like, "Oh, it's wood."
Well, we learned a lesson in whatever paranoia, I guess, or just
Yeah.
how you got to get close and it's just deceiving. It's just hard to tell.
yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, and that's also the same thing with the thermals. Take that picture, go back. Take that picture, go back. Take that picture, go back. And sometimes those things move, and they're not supposed to move.
Well, I know. I was watching your show from last night. I told you this morning, and I could see it looked like those thermals were moving.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't understand the whole thermal thing.
yeah. Because there'd be one picture, then one picture, but I was like getting the best picture. So this picture would be this one, but this one would be the next one, but it's still the same. They should have been in the same spot, but they'd moved,
Mm.
and those are the oddities that we were looking for. If you know, but
You
yeah,
guys,
y'all did. Huh? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said you guys were looking for them. I was just in my rocking chair in blankets.
You recovered little clearly.
Stupid
You were so cute. The
But
only
y'all
thing
were,
was the bonnet.
on it.
Was
yeah.
the bonnet. We should have stuck it.
Uh, I'm like, Katie has got to be the bravest woman I've ever met. She's
Oh
like,
yeah,
Stupid.
for
we're
sure.
like, okay, there's an oddity. She goes, you can go check it out.
Yeah, yeah, I'll go. I'll go look.
I'll go check it out. I'm like, no, 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 no.
Fish
Let's
on my
run some
face.
more thermals. Yeah.
I might have
But I was going, yeah, she's got to
been
be the
told.
bravest woman I ever met. She's just like, all right, let me go check this out. Yeah, I'll be right back. They're like, no, no, no.
Yeah.
Fearless.
Oh, that's funny.
Huh?
Fearless.
Mm, no, I saw it.
Fearless, yeah. And I
Right.
like those people to be out in that field with you.
Mm.
I don't like that one that will jump behind you or like, oh, hey,
Bring to you so that you
hey,
can't move.
yeah.
Smart.
Like you just gotta shake them or something. Like, don't do that, though.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You also don't
Let's
want the
go
one that's
back.
going to shove you first.
Right. No,
But
I'm ready.
Malcolm and them, they would be
Huh?
Angel
Gary,
Song wants me to read. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. I think she wants me to read you this, Katie. Angel Song says, Katie, you are not crazy. I am like you too. Many people are. You are discovering your gifts. Think of it as a new toy to explore.
thank you. I appreciate that. See, Jerry?
yeah. It is something that that I got kicked off and I just came back just now. I was like, I don't
Oh,
know what's going on, but I do. I'm glad that somebody has that experience that they can share with the people because we just hear about things like that, and even like the orbs, people just hear about orbs, they don't see them, but or even the Bigfoots,
oh,
but
that's
you
another thing
actually,
I saw. I've forgotten about. That's another thing I saw out there because I'm not on board with the orb thing either, but they were out there. They were all over the place. I've totally
And
forgotten about that.
colors and
okay,
sizes.
Mm, mostly like just blue, white. There wasn't any colors really in them other than that, just the color of light. Just big round
okay,
things floating around.
yeah. And if you ever watch or I could replay it one of these times, but Josh, he all when we first kind of get there with Malcolm and Damon, that Josh talks about, he goes, and lately we've been having orbs around here flying, and he goes, he's talking exactly about what you've seen, but you came like the week after, a week or 2 weeks after, but he had just got through telling the other group or the other part of the team that these things are around here now. They're like around this area, but they never were before.
Mm,
So you weren't seeing anything. You were seeing exactly what everybody else was
mm.
seeing.
And now
Did
we
you?
have a name to put with Josh. That's
What?
nice. A face to put with Josh. Now we know who Josh is.
Yeah.
From that video earlier, from that orb video.
Oh, I was wondering what you were going to call him. You had a name to put to him. We're not going to call him Josh anymore.
Yeah.
We're going to call him.
Yeah, my brain takes stuff pretty far off really quickly. Sorry. Sorry, Liz. That was all
Remember
you.
seeing anything else? I remember you also talking about seeing smaller things out there down low. Do you remember
Yeah.
anything about that?
Vaguely, now that you mention it. It's crazy how that's all gone out of my head. Um, yeah, I could see. I gotta think. Little scurrying things.
Good.
What the heck would that have been?
How
I,
There.
huh?
I was
Yeah,
saying there's predators of all sizes.
that's
Yeah.
true. I know these were smaller than your typical average size predators, but I can only vaguely remember that, Liz.
Mm.
Pretty
And it
weird
was from the
spot. We
same
didn't even know it.
from the porch.
Yeah, we just got blessed with that spot to be able to look at that pond and see out there with that location. That was
Yeah,
a bonus.
but that was the opposite direction of where we were that night. We're on the back porch, right?
Well, both sides had stuff going on. I'm just saying staying there at all was
Yeah,
an extra blessing because we didn't know we were going to get to see stuff there
yeah,
also because that was base camp there.
yeah. Thanks to Tanya, she found it
Yes,
for us.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um. Yeah, I was going to say something I forgot. I did that to Elaine tonight, talking to my daughter, and totally forgot what I was talking about. I'm still just kind of goof in La La Land, I'm okay. I'm working all for the last 3 days since I've been home. I've been working, trying to clean my house up.
Get it
But,
back in order.
and I'm fine when I'm moving and working, but when I sit and try to talk, I'm still having a little episode with my words. Use your words, Katie. Simon's always saying that to
Mm.
Simon says that.
Yeah. Hey, where'd you go?
What are we looking at?
Uh-oh.
Is this a thermal of what she saw?
Yeah, I was going to show you this real fast, Katie. This thermal
Uh-huh.
right there in the very center. That was a Bigfoot, and the one. See, to me, it looked like he was carrying a box right there on the left side of him, right in the very center, that square.
Oh, I see him. He's
And
walking
that's
like
why.
side, not towards us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But it was like I was like, is that a box that he's carrying? Like it's got a around like a barrel or something? And I was like, what is? That's what threw me off. And then whenever you said he had a box, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I see it. Um,
But that's the picture that uh when you mention a box, that's the picture I seen. I was like, he's carrying something, but I just
he's car
be
he's
thinking,
carrying his hidey box with him. Hidey hole box.
huh?
He's carrying around his hidey hole box with him for hiding in his little tent.
Oh, okay.
Why else would he be carrying that around? I saw
Maybe
it.
he's gonna sack something up.
Yeah, but I saw
Maybe he
him.
wanted to sack one of us up.
I don't think
Jerry
so.
always thinks like a predator would think. With
I
the
know. I don't think was the
Yeah.
deal. I'm sure there was
I wouldn't
somebody.
have thought of that. Like
Yeah. But you're also the man always looking to be the protector too, so
yeah.
it's easier to think realistically about things. I want to have fairy tales and
Or maybe to catch up one of the little things scurrying around that you saw.
but he was wearing the box. Why, he had multiple purpose boxes. But I really think that he had it so that he could put it over his head and get closer. What I saw, he was
Yeah.
halfway. He had halfway filled in that distance coming towards us when Jerry took the binoculars from me. I thought you took them because you thought I was nuts.
No, he
No,
was just
no, I
trying
wanted
to
to get a
share what you
good
were
look.
seeing. Yeah.
Couldn't see it though. Could you see it?
No,
Yeah.
no. I probably at that time probably grabbed my weapon too. Whenever
Oh,
you
did
say
you?
something like that, it's time for me to grab my weapon. It's like
Oh,
where?
yeah. I think at one point you told me to get mine. I said, in this. Yeah, I wouldn't have trusted myself with
And
it.
usually you
Yeah,
have it. That was the only time you didn't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only time I remember.
Yeah, I
And you
wasn't
was
doing.
talking about doing. Yeah, I remember you was going to go by the fire or something. And I said, well, if you ain't got a weapon, stay on the porch. You know.
Right.
Yeah, but what's a
And then
40 caliber do anyways with a not going to necessarily do much, especially when I'm not going to be a very good shot at the moment.
Well, I'd
Mm,
rather you have bad shots than no shots at all.
That's a good point.
Pull that trigger.
yeah.
Damien says to he says that a can of Coke and lemon and salt helps a lot to help you feel better after.
After surgery?
Well, no, after I think after this
Oh,
experience,
after the episode.
they don't know about the surgery. They didn't
A can of Coke with what? A lemon
with
and salt?
and lemon and salt. I think he means drink the Coke and then have lemon with salt
Oh,
also. Unless you want to just throw it all together, I don't know.
that'll clear my
If you're
brain.
feeling a shot of Coke instead of a shot of
She's
tequila.
Thank you for that
like,
idea, David.
what? She's
I
like,
will try
what?
that. 'Cause, yeah, I really.
Angel Song says, please ask Katie to close her eyes and find the picture in her head of whatever moment it will help it to come back to her.
Okay, but I can't do it here with everybody looking at me.
Yeah, we're staring at you. Talk about awkward. We'll wait.
I
It's
see
okay.
it.
You
I
go
see it.
Oh, wait.
Let me get the camera. Let me get a camera.
ahead. Pressure.
Pressure.
Thank you for those good ideas, and I'm going to do that.
Damien says put all together the Coke and the lemon and the salt. God, it just sounds so gross, Damien.
How much
But
salt? Just a little sprinkle of salt. I take
can't you
salt,
just mix it all together in her belly?
jump up and down, drink it, and jump up and down.
So you can close your eyes there while we gaze upon you and
Yeah. Yeah, we'll watch you. We'll look at you.
Yeah, this is
It's not working. It's not working.
it's dream time.
yeah. Oh,
This is a perfect here. You read the Legend of Time
Yeah.
what?
as she drifts off to sleep, and Katie will feel better, and I'll just back out on my rolling chair.
Yeah. I'll back out myself. Like,
Salt am I supposed to put in that drink?
How much salt, Damien? And then they're also talking about the minerals, which I know. Oh, reasonably okay. I think that's a different subject between them. That's it from them.
You won't tell me how much salt?
He has nothing yet. His answer was yes, but I think he was.
This is not an appropriate answer to how much salt.
Angel
I
Song
do.
says no.
So I was.
How much salt, Damien? Sorry, Jay.
Oh, I was going to ask Katie about her. I want to say impatience. Whenever she first got there, and I was getting phone calls and messages. You know, can we go to the site? Can we go? You know,
Was I doing that?
I was wanting to know about you wanting to hurry up and get out to the site. And I was like,
I did want to get going.
I thought that was the enthusiasm as far as wanting to hurry up and
Yeah.
get out there. I thought,
Jumping out of the
like,
car.
I think I was before it stops. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. I was anxious to get going. Now I'm back home again. I want to come back. I'm going to go out to Storm Mountain.
Yeah.
And I asked Michael, I said,
Oh wow.
you guys would be coming and we'd be going to Storm Mountain. And was he interested in coming? And he said yes.
Oh wow.
that's
That
great.
sounds awesome.
He brings the big guns, so you won't have to be worrying about us all getting attacked.
Good.
Cool.
The
Oh,
big,
good. Yeah.
yeah,
You don't want
Katie,
to
Tanya
attack that
says,
group. How about?
no,
I'm sorry. Tanya says to journal what you experienced, and some things may come back too, and it'll also just help you remember it later.
that's a good idea too. I don't know why I didn't do that, but I just have been kind of floating around, mystified.
There
Yeah.
was a lot of energy up at that place for sure.
Hmm.
For sure. I felt like I was on a high the last till probably yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
And realities. And then the phone call would come in.
yeah, we're cleaning our houses
Real
again.
life. I do think there was an extraordinary amount of energy up there at that place. I really do. No lie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do too. Look at
Remember,
this.
remember, they
Nope.
said there's a lot of missing people up there that they're just not being
And why
highlighted.
reported?
Uh, I know the missing people. After a while, they go onto the presumed dead list, and that's supposed to be the big list. But the missing person list is only up for maybe a week or two, and then it's not. It's taken down. So there's if they're on the presumed list, they're no longer presumed missing. So
Yeah,
if you ask for a missing persons list, there may be a local one of like a month or two, maybe one, but it won't have the long list of the presumed dead as far as come that came from missing.
have to excuse me for a moment. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, okay,
I've heard too that sometimes Bigfoot reports are called brown bear attacks. Uh, how do you vet that? I don't know. But I've heard it on some interviews with a friend of a game warden that said that's how they're not going to come out and say, like on the radios and stuff, or when they're writing the reports, it's not always a brown bear attack. That those keywords sometimes are actually talking about, say, cryptid or Bigfoot attacks.
yeah, yeah,
Just like they're real quick with dogman attacks to call them wild dogs or something like that. But the wild dogs don't put the huge claw mark, the ripping, like, it's different. So yeah, they have their ways of coding things and hiding things.
Sorry
To
about
what
that.
purpose? You all right?
Yeah. Sure.
I was also gonna say that whenever we're in a field, we also, even though I had to have that handheld thermal, but we're not supposed to have any things in our hands because if we got something in our hands, that's a distraction. Because say I had a phone or a camera in my hand, I'm thinking, how much power do I have left? How many camera pictures do I have? Is it glaring? Should I turn it off? That's a distraction also. And plus, with your weapon, if you've got something and you're holding in your hand, either way, you're adding pressure onto your hand. So if you have to use your weapon, um, your fingers will be jittery. So when we're in the field, let's try to never carry anything in our hands unless absolutely necessary. And
Hmm.
if we had a better like thermals, the kinds that you can just put over your eyes and walk like the helmet kind,
Yeah.
then you won't ever have anything in your hands, and that would be the best that you could. If we could have one person walk around with thermals and one person walk around with like a binocular camera and one person at nighttime with the night vision, we would be able to catch a lot. And
We would be like the A team.
yeah, we would be the A team. We are the A team. I was talking to a friend today, and I'm like, we could catch, as many as they wanted to catch, but we would actually just need more manpower just to kind of herd them into, bottlenecks or places like that because track them, we can find them. All we'd have to do is just herd them in, and but
Herd them in, and then
but
what?
then it's up to whoever wants to decide on when they look at these things up close and personal, and people will quickly decide on what should be done. I'm sure. If we're
Well,
looking at
thank you.
a 10, 15 foot long clawed midnight black beast,
That's gonna be scary, no
that
doubt.
no doubt, no doubt, we would. Oh, Kathy's talking about where pockets out there. Um, Pockets are good, but mostly just things that are real attainable. There's something that can be slipped into a top pocket, but fastened, not to where if you have to get down real fast that it would fall out, or if you're doing something like that. Seeker says that how many were out there with y'all? Hey, she's from Oklahoma, sounds like. How many on the thermals? Let's see. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Seven for sure. Eight possible. I would say. Um, out at the out at base camp,
I wonder if
but
that's
out
count.
at Josh's, huh?
I was just thinking. I wonder if that counts the ones that I saw because they weren't back in the trees with the others.
Maybe we'll have to look at those thermals again. To where you located, but they were in those trees and tree lines. They were with the deer. You can see the deer, but you can still see the upper thermal of something tall that was just walking with the deers like they were herding them right to us. To if we were deer hunters, they would have pushed some good sized deer at us. And
Yeah.
I did see in one thermal there was a huge hog way in that back hill, in the back where the cars were, that pond where they were making it or making it.
Yeah,
There was a
those
big
things.
size, yeah. So if we was hunting hogs, that would have been a prize one to get. I mean, we would have got some great does. Um, but
Couple of cows.
yeah, a couple of cows. You can see them
Free
herding them right.
chicken, make some
Some
eggs.
chickens. A couple of snakes.
Yeah.
Damon
Oh,
said he
finally
counted
saw a snake.
15.
When I was
Do
driving
what?
away,
Uh huh.
didn't see a snake the whole time. When I was driving away, there was one on the side of the road. It been hit. It wasn't dead yet, but it had been hit. But I
Oh
don't think
wow!
you missed
Yeah, I
it.
didn't see one. Yeah, I didn't see one out there. But we stopped and seen the young lady. After you pulled away, said hello to her.
What young lady?
She
Oh,
was about
Cherry.
this tall.
What?
She was about that tall.
The lady was?
No, the young girl or the
Oh,
niece
the
or the.
little girl that came running down the hill as we were leaving. That
Oh, wasn't
the
she
people
cute?
wasn't she precious?
Yeah, yeah,
She was so cute.
yeah. Keep an eye on. Practically wanted to get in the car with me.
She probably did.
Yeah.
Seeker says, Katie, thank you for sharing your experience, your truth, and a bunch of little emojis. And then Damien says he counted 15 from last night's thermals.
Oh wow.
Well, thank you, and you're welcome.
Hmm.
I'm glad you don't think I'm a nut job.
No, we're certainly in that job, but not for this. Nothing.
Oh, that's right.
But
We're
not
all
for
crazy.
But don't
I
tell
think
everybody.
everyone's
that.
in the whole world. I just do.
But
There's
a
good
lot of the
crazy and there's bad crazy.
yeah, yeah. but I was gonna say that a lot of this, things that we experience, even with Damon and Malcolm, these things that we experienced, we had been going over, what to expect, what may happen, and if this happens, we do this. So even the sounds, the whistles, um, the coyotes, we were going through all this before these things happen. And
Right.
so it's great to hear, your experiences of experiencing those things that we said would happen or could happen, and
Right.
things to look out for. So this was I want to say it's a great thing, but but it's not really a great thing because they were trying to communicate, and when hikers get disorientated, things like that, they go in the wrong directions. Campers do the same thing.
Hmm.
It's very easy to get disorientated, especially whenever these things are trying to connect. So just having a person to experience that and share with everyone on the channel helps a lot of people because they will, if they feel this way, they'll know just from your experience that you know that's starting to happen and what to do, and
And
things
you
like
know,
that. So
if you and Liz hadn't been there with me, I would have wandered off and gotten lost in the dark. I'm sure of it because I couldn't keep my know which way my head was facing at any point. Sitting out on the back porch, there were a couple of times when I had no idea where I was or who I was with. So I just had to
Disoriented.
sit there and keep thinking, trying to figure it out, and eventually it would come back into my head where I was. That was, yeah.
yeah,
So I would have been lost if I'd have wandered away. I'd have been
Yeah.
toast.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
and
that's the
many,
one section over there with the structures. I'll think
ah,
it's
yeah,
such a narrow structure. I don't understand how I can get turned around so easy because I maneuver all the rest of it. But that one section,
Oh yeah.
I always end up facing over towards the same direction I started from. And I'm like, how? How did I just do that? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm.
They do
Hey, what
something
about
weird.
that? What about that sound at the end of Liz's broadcast? That little recording that she had. That was no owl.
I
What do you
Damien
I
think?
did
said it sounded like a female Sasquatch to him. What do you say, Jerry? What do you
I I didn't really. I mean, I could hear it, but I couldn't. I needed my headphones and everything to
Oh,
get
it's loud and clear, Jerry. If
a
you
good
don't have,
one. But
it's
I mean, it kind of. I've heard that sound before, and I mean, like I think it might have been Liz. I was trying to explain to you that I've heard that sound before. I'm just trying to remember where I heard it from. That long kind of screech.
Mhm.
yeah, it goes from one creature to the next, two different sounds. So it's
Yeah,
like whoever was the first creature was just putting on an owl at the end.
Okay.
that's what I wondered with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it did sound like two different things to me.
yeah,
Okay.
totally.
Um,
It sounded primate to me at first, and then
Mm-hmm. Totally.
maybe
and
like mimicking an owl. I don't know.
That's what I thought,
and
Liz.
that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and Damon, he says, that it was a female Bigfoot, is what Damon says. And I've heard those calls before. I just can't remember where but communication was being made out there. You can,
Yeah.
because those are not normal sounds that should have been, not where we tracked in a way.
Right.
Did you give them my message, Liz?
Which one?
Well, I can't say it. That they were. I appreciated them not hurting you.
Which did I give who the message?
The Sasquatch said, "Tell them I love them.
Oh.
Thank you for not
Yeah.
hurting."
Yeah, I remember now. I remember now. No, I didn't.
So
Yeah.
why you didn't.
No, there'll be no Bigfoot love until we figure it all out.
And I'd love to get in Jerry's head.
No Bigfoot love.
Well, somebody's got to balance it out, so that'll be me.
Yeah,
She said,
I'll be new.
throw some meat in there and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, I got a few
Like
full of steaks that
what?
are kind of old. I should have brought them.
We was like, there will be no sacrifices during this expedition.
Who said that?
I
Who
did
said?
when whenever you said, let's throw some meat in and see what happens. I said, no, there won't be any sacrifices during this.
right.
Yeah.
Because we was at the fall equinox time, the portal opening time.
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh,
Oh,
this battery's dying too. All my batteries are dying on me.
oh, okay. Well, I know we wanted to get some of what you was talking about. I mean, as far as your experiences and especially that one experience and how people can be affected and techniques that, we try to express people practice so that when these things happen that you can block those signals out and get reorientated. Um, and it's it's not a good thing that happened, but it's a good thing that you were able to get back quickly as far as
Hmm.
getting your reorientation back, which was good. I'm glad you did that real fast. And tomorrow I'm gonna do the health or the healing presentation. Um, Katie, if you're able to, I know it's late, but it should take about. I would say I can push it to like an hour and a half. So from like 9:30 to 11 ish. If that's not too late, I'll do that healing presentation tomorrow.
That's way past
Um,
bedtime. This is way past.
I oh I know, or maybe you can watch it that next morning
Yeah, I can do that.
and okay, and also share it with your family. But I'm also going to have a friend who she used the same healing system in the same way that we would do each individual person. She's going to come on tomorrow and give her, I guess you would say, testimony as far as far as what she was kind of diagnosed with and what she was concerned with and where she's at now. So, and then we'll go into the presentation. But I just want to let you know that if you get here early, you can hear her testimony, and I have other people who can testify, the same things with different ailments and things like that. So, but this system does work. But I do want to let people hear from other people who's used the system how their life is either returned back or has
Yeah,
changed, and that this does work. So,
and this would be something
um,
that I would give my niece Janice. I told her
yes,
she's dying of cancer.
yes, yes. We'll get her started on this, and you like tomorrow's stream or in the morning whenever you get to it, you'll know exactly how it works and how to use it, and get them started on it right away. And then we just have to, like we tell everybody, then you just got to factor in a longer lifespan.
I don't have a problem with that.
More
Okay,
exploring.
good.
More
Yeah,
exploring time.
more exploring, more tracking, more wrestling down Bigfoot, get him in a headlock and all
Yeah,
that. So,
we could go up there. We could go up there too. It's New Brunswick and
oh yeah,
Maryland.
you're right. They're up there. You're right.
Plenty of stuff
Um,
there.
huh?
Plenty of stuff going on up there, I think.
Yeah, there sure is. I've got reports from some people and some tribes up there,
Hmm.
Cantaloops and those areas, BC area. They've got a lot of
That's
activity,
the
and
other
they're,
coast, right?
huh?
BC's the other coast. I'm talking about the northeast coast in Canada.
Okay, okay,
The
yeah,
New
yeah,
Brunswick, Scotia, Newfoundland up there.
yeah. There's also Maine. Maine's got a lot of activity, and
Yeah,
I
this
kn-
is above Maine.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So we could actually go straight up through. I know some bridges out there that if we crossed, you would probably look down like, this is a cool way to cross.
No.
not this pulling, but
I've seen
but
some.
I was trying to cross the border one time with no IDs and everything, so I had to check out certain locations and how I was going to do that.
Oh,
But I finally just figured out it's better just to talk to the locals because they know the way.
right.
So I've been all over places like that, just getting through one way or the other.
It'd be fun to go up there. It's getting pretty cold now, so winter sets in a lot earlier up there.
Yeah, you have to get up there quick, huh?
We could get up there next year, maybe.
Yeah, that would be something. Do some tracking. That would be something to have, like all of us have a big team, and just record all the adventures and where we go and what we look for, what we find, what we locate,
Mhm.
and let's see. Linda says more adventures, and Damon says some. I have some for you. Wait a minute. Do Katie is see a candle? Oh, I guess that's to focus or to focus more. I guess Damon. Um, he says I have something for you. I think he says something, but I have some for you. Katie is to see a candle in your mind and focus on the light, and it will help you to get your energy back to Katie.
Hmm. I'll try that.
Oh.
I need it back right now. Kind of meaning at the moment. Yeah,
And
I'll
Linda
try
put a
that.
laugh
Thank
out
you.
loud. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kathy says, yes, many hot spots here in Alberta and BC. Okay, so people,
Is somebody
Kath,
in up? Huh?
Kathy, are you in Alberta?
Is she?
Not sure if she's up there or familiar with there. She hadn't answered yet.
I wonder if she knows Todd.
And that's where he's at, is
She said
Alberta, that
yes,
area?
she's up there.
Okay, okay.
I'm trying to hold this iPad without further breaking the cord. It's kind of breaking at the thing, at the
Oh,
joint.
no.
Yeah.
And looks like Kathy says, yes, she's from Alberta. And Seeker is actually from BC.
Whereabouts in Alberta? I have an uncle in BC.
Did Kathy and Seeker, did y'all hear that?
Whereabouts in Alberta?
We're still waiting. Sometimes I think they type and it takes a few minutes to come through. Lethbridge? Lethbridge?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's a 20-second delay, I think, or
We
Okay.
lived in Yellowknife for 6 years, and that's about 1,000 miles north of Edmonton. So it's, a little farther from where she's at, but 600 miles of dirt road.
Wow.
Yeah. And we came out of there dragging my horse. Actually, I
the
dragged her out.
dragon.
Well, pulling in the trailer. That with all that dirt road, but we'd stop and her nostrils would be black.
Oh, man.
Dust, yeah.
Oh, wow.
When I was in my early teens, I've collected every brochure I could find for British Columbia. I was going to move there and build a cabin with my own 2 hands.
Really?
And then you saw the chapters
Whoa.
there in the back. I'm like, thank God, Tommy helped me build that. I was thinking that should hold up and breathe.
Better than I would have done.
That little chapel's not doing too well. I don't think I'd have survived British Columbia on my own.
That first winter.
Might be a little
So,
chilly.
Kathy or Seeker, what is the closest Bigfoot um, sighting that y'all know of that's close to y'all? Are y'all on a reservation also? Um,
I can't see the messages. Can you, Liz?
Yeah, well, the only way that I can is
Oh,
I
you
have my cell phone going, so I read it with the volume down,
right.
and then we do this on the computer. Because I'm super high tech sophisticated.
We
Right,
all are. We all got. But I haven't heard from Malcolm in a day or two, so I'm not sure what's
Malcolm.
going on there. Yeah, from the Oklahoma last outing that we had for the
Mm.
kind of ceremony, that first one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
She
Malcolm
said,
went to that one.
yeah, well, to the first one, to the ceremony one where uh, we took everybody out to that same location at Josh's to monitor, and they weren't expecting us really then, and we kind of just snuck right up on them, and
Yeah.
we got a lot of movement, everything.
I'll find my mail on here.
Kathy says Waterton National Park glacier for sure for sightings.
Oh,
I think we're keeping each other up.
I know. I'm
You
just
do
sitting here thinking, you two are yawning. What do you think they're doing? We should maybe
that.
wrap
yeah.
up.
I was like, I started yawning,
Put everybody to sleep.
yeah. But yeah, I was wanting to hear everything we could about your experience and things that you saw, and that we always see things for what it is. We have to see it for what it is because our eyes are so fast. We're designed to catch those blurs, those movements, or fix in that like a nanosecond that quick. So whatever we see, we have to acknowledge, and to not let it be changed by our reasoning has been that we've taught it that can't be that or that
Spit it
blur
out,
was
Jerry.
not a blur, huh?
Spit it out, Jerry.
Yeah, like it wasn't a blur that we seen. Like that was a body, or that was, we have to see it for what it is because our reasoning will change it for us. But so tomorrow we're going to do the healing, and we're going to have a special guest come on and talk about the experience or how they went through with this healing system, and that they followed, what they did and how they got what they needed, and for them just to explain that in the beginning of where they are now, and so then we can go over the healing booklet. And if anybody does need a healing booklet for tomorrow, I did leave the email on here for me. Just send me an email, or maybe even on this thread, somebody may have a healing booklet already who can email you. Um, but we do need to get those to you before we start so that you understand what we're talking about and where we're at. But I want to thank you, Katie, and Faith Walker for sharing the experience and the techniques and things that we used out there, and that we are going to do more of this. It's not like a one-time thing. There's more places that have to be checked out, and more people do need those kind of people or like us who understand what they're going through or what they've seen, and the knowledge is like that. But if there's anything that y'all would like to say before we close, you're more than welcome to.
I'm
Uh,
I'm good. I'm glad you're feeling better, Katie.
Thanks, Liz. Appreciate it.
And thank you for everything, Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry. Thanks.
oh, thank both of y'all, and Malcolm and Damon, everybody, and the people here, the viewers. This is all, we're all sharing all this experience together, and you know we may not see a lot of people, in the threads and everything, but this goes worldwide because I've had compliments and talks from South Africa and a lot of distant places. So thank you for sharing that experience. So because people do learn from that, these things are real. and all the techniques that we're training people to use. I just want to thank you for sharing that experience because people do need to know it's real. So, um,
You're welcome. I'm sorry for the lack of eloquence. I'm just not good at.
We just want truth. Not we don't care if it's eloquent. Just it
yeah, just the truth. That's all we're looking for,
was
and
perfect.
so it was. So thank y'all. And tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. we will do the healing. We will have a guest to explain what they went through, and then after that the next day, I believe we're going over more of the warrior's mind, the things that we were going to go over today. But we were lucky enough to have Katie come in and share this with us today. So I want to wish everybody good night. And Cliff, I will get back to you real soon. But everybody have a good night. Good night, Faith Walker. Good night,
Night.
Katie.
Bye.
Right.
I appreciate both y'all very much.
Good night, all you other people too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Okay.
I love this group.
Yeah. Okay.
Me too.
Good night.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
All right, it's getting awkward. Log out.